Hello hatch people. This is what we call Manifold C. You'd have to look at some of the drawings to see what the overall piping layout is like. But in general, you've got three 12-inch lines, pipeline 3, 4, and 5, coming up in kind of weird spots. So one comes up over there, and then two of them come up over here. They're not really in any really good particular order in terms of which way they come up. Anyway, they go into this manifold back there. I believe that's a 24-inch manifold. I'll get a tape measure out in a minute just to show you. But all this piping has a lot of old flanges that just aren't used anymore. It's from the old systems. So you can see the pipeline identification numbers on the valves. The first one's 3, middle one's 5, and the last one over there, if you can see it, is 4. So they don't come up in the really good order, but it doesn't really matter. That is just all in that kind of general area over there. So then we've got the end of this manifold, which is I'm thinking what we're going to tie into. And there's the two 10-inch lines that used to service the mini hydrant system, but they've been inerted and basically taken out of commission. It looks like it's pretty close here. Here, let me just crawl around. So these flanges to the end of that flange, but it's actually, if I get up on the center line here, you can see there's actually still a little bit of clearance here. So I'll get a tape measure out and give you some measurements here. So from the end of the flange to the end of flange here, it's about 13 inches. Vertically from this flange to the bottom of that flange, I don't know if you can see it there or not. I don't know, I'd say about 8 inches. And again, this manifold carries on over here. There's 3 surge suppressors at this end of the system, and there's a 4th line there that's blocked out. It's a little bit goofy. I think this, like I say, I think this is 24-inch. Then it necks down to a 16-inch double block and bleed valve. Then an eccentric reducer. And I believe that's a 20-inch line here. So I'm going to do this. Oh, no, maybe 18? I don't know. Check the record drawings for that. And that goes over to the end of Pier C. It goes, there's a couple of valve chambers over there that it goes towards. So in general, let me take a measurement for you here on the height. Bottom of pipe, 43.5 inches above the deck. We're going to have to figure out something to do about this. This is the line that goes and services the truck load islands. But there's a flange there that we might be able to, I don't know, do some changes to this. Do that, or there's the end of that manifold again. Could possibly come up and over this line, and then just run parallel with some new pipe supports in the grass area here. a low point that we can actually drain this thing with. High point. And then this valve is automated. It's tied into the emergency fuel shutoff system for the tanker load islands, which you can see out there somewhere. And these are the filter vessels that service the 4 islands. And out there, you can see that's the west pad area, or the expansion area. And that Korean aircraft is on one of the existing west pad locations. That's where they do all the cargo work. And again, here's a view down the line. Like I say, I think if we come off the end of that header, up and over the 12-inch, and then maybe come up at a, again, doesn't need to be super high, but we could go up and then over, or we can change that 12-inch line around a bit. Basically come all the way down here and extend down into the grass area here. I'd like ideally to be above ground all the way out here. Just sort of minimizes the amount of digging we have to do. Just as a sidebar, this area, actually this area right here, there used to be underground storage tanks for an old diesel gas bar. So it's been closed out from a contaminated sites perspective, but again, minimize the amount of digging that we do would be great. And again, here I think there's another underground storage tank in this area here too. That said, I'm looking at it here now. There's not huge. I think we're pretty close to the taxiway there, so we might not be able to do a lot of work in terms of excavation work along there. But if we come above ground and then we come to the taxiway offset line, which is probably about here, you can go underground anytime around here. And then based on the last drawings, the launch pit for the pilot tube guide bore is going to be down this little hill here. So it'd be in that area there somewhere. And it would launch and then be come up just to the right of that first pole, I think is what you had it as. And then it would carry on from the other side of that other pole and shoot towards the middle area here. So maybe I'm actually, maybe the launch pit from this side will be above the this little berm here. I don't know if you can see it well on video. But I'm starting to think we should get some topographic survey for this, so we can get ground elevations as well as they can survey in the pipes. There's that sort of grade change there. Anyway, I think that's about it. Let me know if you actually know what. I'm gonna make another one here with a little bit more dimensions and stuff like that around the piping, so stay tuned for part 2.